What's goody world? I'm back with the homie Nick, Fat Electrician. I'm on a short today, doing a little shorty. You digs? The ship that wouldn't sink, the USS Nevada, BB-36. Is it Nevada or is it Nevada? Let me know. I never knew. I don't know these things. I always say Nevada. I think that's just what naturally rolls off my tongue, Nevada. Let me know. USS Nevada BB-36. Ship that wouldn't sink. Y'all know I've been getting into the ships and the turret. I like the terminology for the things. You know what I mean? So let's see what the hell the Nevada talking about. Let rock.
Today we're talking about the ship that wouldn't sink. Ladies and gentlemen, the USS Nevada. Predating both world wars, it is America's first super dreadnought, as well as the first American battleship to run on oil instead of coal. He won the attack on Pearl Harbor. The USS Nevada was the
I feel like I learned about this ship, but runs on coal instead of oil? Or did he say, hold on.
Gentlemen, the USS Nevada. Predating both world wars, it is America's first super dreadnought, as well as the first American battleship to run on oil instead of coal. He won the attack on Pearl Harbor. The USS Nevada was the first ship hit. It was subsequently the first ship to return fire and to down an enemy aircraft. It is also the only one of the 8 battleships present to successfully get underway during the attack. Despite being hit by a torpedo
underway. I know I know just generally speaking, like, let's get underway. That just means, come on, let's go. When he says underway in actual military terminology, what does it mean? Because it sound just, if I'm just a regular person and I hear him say that, it makes it sound like that's the only ship that actually shipped out. Like all of the other ones were just sitting still, when I feel like that's not what that means. Let me know what that means, because it just sounds like it means something different when he says it right now.
The 8 battleships present to successfully get underway during the attack, despite being hit by a torpedo and 5 250 kill.
Well, maybe I'm right. Maybe because they were under attack, maybe they got hit and just had to stay where they were. They couldn't mobilize. They couldn't move. Maybe that is what it means.
Successfully get underway during the attack, despite being hit by a torpedo and 5 250-kilogram bombs. While being on fire and taking on water, the USS Nevada would still manage to rescue sailors from the water of the wreckage of the USS Arizona. It would then go on to intentionally beach itself at Hospital Point. The Nevada would get repaired and upgraded and go on to be the only ship at Pearl Harbor and D-Day. While in the European theater, they would bombard the enemy so much that they would actually wear out the barrels of their guns, at which point they would return to New York to have their ship fitted with barrels salvaged from the USS Arizona.
How long does something like that take? How long does it take? How are you shooting? You got to think about the short amount of time that they're shooting at the ops. The barrel warps, and then you got to turn around and sail all the way back to New York to get your weapons repaired. How long does that take? And then this whole time you're like just waiting and hoping that the battle's still going on so you can get back to it. Let me know, y'all. Damn, let me know that.
After this, they would return to the Pacific Theater for the invasion of Okinawa, where they were attacked by 7 kamikaze bombers, 1 landing a direct hit. Didn't even come close to sinking it. The Nevada would remain in service until the end of World War II. And that is when things got very, very American. You see, the USS Nevada was almost 40 years old and ready for retirement. So what do you do if you're Uncle Sam? Do you turn it into a giant floating museum like all the other battleships? Nah, there's an unsinkable battleship on the planet, and if anybody's gonna sink it, it's gonna be him. Doesn't matter if it's ours, he wants a street cred. So in what I can only describe as the most violently American thing I've ever seen, we painted it neon orange and dropped a nuclear fucking bomb on it for funsies. Sorry, for
Wait, okay, maybe I have not heard. Oh, man. I need to give me a booklet and take these notes instead of trying to remember everything. Bro, what? Wait, so I ain't heard no story about us painting no damn dreadnought bright orange and dropping a nuke on it. I ain't heard that. What's happening here?
It's ours, he wants a street cred. So in what I can only describe as the most violently American thing I've ever seen, we painted it neon orange and dropped a nuclear fucking bomb on it for funsies. Sorry, for research. This is what would be known as the Bikini Atoll experiments. Fun fact, this is the inspiration for the SpongeBob cartoon. You know, the guy that lives on a pineapple under the sea? Yeah, you know, he lives in Bikini Bottom, Bikini Atoll. See what they did there? I'm trying to tell you your favorite childhood cartoon is just a knockoff of Godzilla. Sorry.
Is it? That's true? He pitching it like it's true. So I'm gonna believe it just for a little bit until I post this and y'all start commenting. Let me know.
This is what would be known as the Bikini Atoll experiments. Fun fact, this is the inspiration for the SpongeBob cartoon. You know, the guy that lives in a pineapple under the sea? Yeah, you know, he lives in Bikini Bottom, Bikini Atoll. See what they did there? I'm trying to tell you your favorite childhood cartoon is just a knockoff of Godzilla. Sorry. Anyways, here's the kicker. It didn't sink. How that's possible, I have no idea. I guess you're gonna need something more than a burning, tingling sensation to take out a ship named after the home of Las Vegas. So you just hit your own boat with a nuclear bomb and you didn't sink it. What do? Fucking...
Wait, what, Nick?
That's possible, I have no idea. I guess you're gonna need something more than a burning, tingling sensation to take out a ship named after the home of Las Vegas. So you just hit your own boat with a nuclear bomb and you didn't sink it. What do? Fucking double tap, hit it again. They dropped a second nuclear bomb on it. And apparently the Nevada is made out of Nokia phones because it survived. So now you've got a 28,000-ton battleship that looks like a fucking road cone and is highly contaminated with radiation. It's kind of becoming a problem. So they dispatched every available ship they had to go bombard it, including one of America's biggest battleships, the USS Iowa, shooting 16-inch shells.
I know about the Iowa. Wait a minute. Was that ship made out of some kind of test metal that they didn't want the information, the technology getting out? Because how you drop 2 nukes on it and the ship don't sink? That. So what? Did we study it? Did we figure out the elements and the ions in the metals that combined and made this ship indestructible? Did we? Let me know. Because now we done brought another badass ship out to try. Alright. Okay, y'all. She done lit the ocean up trying to take a ship out.
Go bombard it, including one of America's biggest battleships, the USS Iowa, shooting 16-inch shells that weigh approximately 2,000 pounds apiece. The Iowa and several other ships fired upon the Nevada for 5 days straight, and were still unable to sink it.
You lying to me, Nick. God, Nick, I don't get... Bro, we're going to have a conversation, because I don't understand. What's the point of this? What's the point of you lying to me? I ain't did shit to you, Nick. You know what I mean? I rep. You know what I'm saying? I rep. Why you got to lie to me and bullshit me all about? All about. You just all about on planet Earth just bullshitting Manolo. Okay, Nick. Okay, bro. Whatever, bro.
Several other
2-minute video, bro. All right, bro.
Ships fired upon the Nevada for 5 days straight, and were still unable to sink it.
How?
A direct hit from an aerial torpedo would finally sink the USS Nevada, ending the story on what is arguably the toughest naval vessel of all time. And I only say arguably because of the USS Lafay, not because of the Bismarck. Nobody cares. But it took the entire British Royal Navy to bring it down. But. And even then, the crew intentionally sunk it so it wouldn't fall into enemy hands. But.
Hey, man, come on, Nick, man. Shout out to the Bismarck and Sabaton. They got a song I reacted. Y'all go check it out. Go on somewhere, Nick. Go on, man.
To bring it down. But. And even then, the crew intentionally sunk it so it wouldn't fall into enemy hands. But. You know what? We sunk our own ship, too. The only difference is we did it after we won. And even then, we did it with more style. Talk to me when you get 2 atomic bombs under your belt. Merch store and other links are available at thefatelectrician.com. So until next time, Quack Bang out.
Ooh, that's a stinker. Hey, Nick. Darts at them folks, bro. Nick, come on, man. Why you doing them like that? Like, comment, share, subscribe, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Damn USS Nevada. I gotta remember that one.